The number of homicides right now in Tulsa is at 55. Last year, we had a total of about 64. But the police department is using new technology to help lower crime in our city. This morning, we're talking with Tulsa's Police Chief Wendell about issues that face the police department every day and ultimately the safety of our citizens. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me again this morning.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about those numbers. What are you concerned about the rate of murder right now in our city?
Yeah, we're definitely concerned about that. We seem to have a more violent people, and that is showing across our nation right now. All cities, most homicide numbers are up, most violent crime is up, and Tulsa's no different.
Does it still seem to be the murders are people who know one another? Are there random acts, or is it just kind of a combination of all of that?
Yeah, the majority of our homicides, they know each other, and most of them, there's no rhyme or reason. We can't definitively say that we have a gang issue. These are just random people that have weapons and are using those weapons against one another.
Is the society, I mean, we kind of emerged from the pandemic. Is it just a consistent feeling of divisiveness, or the inflation? I mean, why do we know?
You know, I think the experts are going to be using 2022 as a case study to look and see just the effects of social distancing and what the pandemic has done. But we certainly see a different element of people out there, a much more aggressive person that seems to be out there in society today.
I know you're getting new technology, more and more tools to help in not only the fight against crime, but specifically auto thefts. Recently, Reagan, our crime reporter, did a story on that. It's phenomenal to think of the number of cars that are being stolen in Tulsa right now.
Yeah, Tulsa has averaged for many years a high number of vehicle theft in our region. So we're combating that. We're using some new technology to help us with that. And it not only helps us with that auto thefts, but it helps us in solving other crimes as well. Most stolen vehicles actually end up being used in other crimes across our city. And so we think that if we can control the auto theft rate and be quick to apprehend auto theft suspects, and we might actually impact other crimes in our city as well.
Interesting connection. These flock cameras, how successful have they been so far?
They have been phenomenal. I've equated it to being in a room and flipping the light switch on,
really?
and you are able to see everything. Yeah. It is a game changer for our officers.
Talk to us about maybe some of the communities. I mean, will we see more of them being rolled out in the future?
Well, given the success that we currently have, I would anticipate that there will be more that will be utilized, and I think that there will also be an opportunity for the private sector also to get involved in also putting those cameras around businesses and things like that. We know the casinos do it, so I can just see that expanding. Talk
to us a little bit about recruitment. I know that that's always top of mind, and as police chief, that's kind of been a big priority for you.
It has been. Recruiting has been pretty bad for law enforcement in general. We just don't have the people that want to go into this profession anymore. The pool of people that we are trying to recruit from, all of us across the nation are trying to recruit from that same pool. We also have an issue with just people not able to pass a background and drug abuse and drug use. Those all play a role into whether or not you can join our department.
What kinds of things are you doing in terms of maybe going into the schools and maybe starting that conversation earlier with young people?
Yeah, so we are really heavy on social media, and we know that that's the platform that most utilize. So we are doing some targeted messaging on social media. We're also at colleges and universities, something that we couldn't do during the pandemic. We're actually physically there on site now, and we are also even looking into high schools, and locally here are Tulsa Community College and some of our local universities here as a platform also to get into the classroom and try and recruit.
Well, I have to wrap, but I just guess the message, though, that you have to the citizens of Tulsa right now.
The message is that, you know, we are still here. We are not operating on all cylinders, but we are doing the best that we can with what we have. and it's just a weird landscape right now.
I do want to say, though, thank you for the work that you all did for the St. Francis shooting back a couple months ago. That was a remarkable response, and I know that that's one of those instances that you don't ever want to have happen, but when it does, the confidence that you had in your men and women was remarkable.
Yeah, it was incredible, and the training just kicked in, and everyone knew what to do.
Got to take a break, but thank you so very much for coming in this morning. We look forward to having you on monthly moving forward.
Okay,
Great to
thank
see you,
you.
Chief. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.